on 8 out of 10 Cats. About to star in the new film Confetti, it's Jessica Stevenson. Queen of the Jungle, it's Carol Thatcher. And their captain, John Locke. And facing them tonight, blonde bombshell, Ulrika Johnson. Tart with the heart, Ellen Carr. And their captain, Dave Spikey. Now, here's your host, Jimmy Carr.
Well, thanks very much. Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, koalas are asleep 80% of the time? So keep it down. 91% of people over 60 think we show less respect for each other than we did in the past. Silly old fuckers. And a single kiss can contain 40,000 parasites, 250 types of bacteria, and up to 0.45 grams of fat. A French kiss is the same, but it can also contain dog shit and garlic. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean, Jessica, Carol Thatcher, what have the nation been talking about this week?
This is a bit of a shot in the dark, but Commonwealth Games.
Oh, yes. Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, which is pretty much a medal trolley dash, isn't it, really? For Jersey might win a medal, which I thought was quite nice. They're very excited, because the only time they've won a medal before was for fudge.
Jessica, have you been watching it?
Oh, quite avidly. Well, we're actually winning things. I mean, the Commonwealth Games is a game for people who don't really want to compete with people who might beat them, you know, like America.
I think the strange thing about the Commonwealth Games is the fact that it's basically all countries that Britain's invaded in the past. And it's a bit cheeky, really. It's like saying, that whole thing, we invaded and took all your natural resources, it's all right, it's fine, isn't it? We're all fine about that. Let's play. Oh, let's play.
Some of these Pacific islands that come along, they mustn't be used to, like, all the razzle and dazzle of, like, the Commonwealth Games. I don't know if you saw the opening ceremony, but I can imagine when that koala came down on that flip-flop, people going, trying to get it with speed. Because you would be freaked out, wouldn't you?
Did you say koala on a flip-flop?
Yes.
Because I didn't see the opening of the games and I'm really regretting it now.
A tram with wings comes down and you think, this is ridiculous. Double take, koala on a flip-flop. People from Papua New Guinea shitting themselves.
Probably thinking we've got a new god. Let's have a look and see if the Commonwealth Games were one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, 44% of you have been talking about the Commonwealth Games. Congratulations to the Scottish, who did very well in the swimming after the heating in the pool broke down. Dave team, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Budget, probably. Gordon Brown's 10th and possibly final budget.
VAT off condoms.
Well, that's going to save me, what, 13 pence a year?
What? But he said, he also knows champagne, there's no duty on champagne. He said we might win the World Cup. It's like, we, you Scottish git. What are you saying, we?
The one thing that got me about the budget was they were saying how green it was, and one of his ideas, Gordon Brown, was to put a wind turbine on the back of every council house, right? Now, if you live on the estate I live, it's going to be like living in a fucking wind tunnel. I mean, there's going to be chavs, Alsatians, buggies blowing past my window. Is that hailstones? No, just sovereign rings banging on the patio door.
There was also his headline-grabbing thing was 4x4s get punished in some way.
People who drive those huge kind of tank-like cars, the 4x4s, you know, they're getting taxed more than ordinary people who drive ordinary cars.
I have one and I'm very proud of mine, so fuck you.
That's the kind of person we're trying to stop.
OK. But I do recycle things. I do a lot of recycling.
I've seen that top before.
Yeah?
Basically, and I know it's stereotypical, but they are generally women taking the kids to school.
They've got to take those kids to school, but some of those kids' legs are about that long. You know, they've got to need a big car for them. Some of them have got satchels as well.
I need lots of seats.
They take up a lot of room. And they're tired after a day in school, they need to lie down.
Well,
it
fuck
brand
you, I
new?
still like to have mine, so there you go.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Well,
Very
you're going to
much.
be £40 worse off.
I am, and that's why I'm on this show.
Has anyone seen the budget that John Prescott had fallen asleep? Did you see that?
It was like art, wasn't it?
It was funny because Gordon Brown said, like, we're going to cut money here, as you can see on my pie chart. He went, pie? I want to talk about the secret donors. Donuts? Poked him up a few times.
He's also planning to give women more opportunities, work training. In fact, it's double training for women. It's like, almost like a sort of punishment. Basically, he wants more women plumbers. Sounds like a fetish, but...
So he's trying to get more female plumbers,
I imagine he's got this idea that he comes down one day and he's got his dressing gown open and there's just women plumbers all over his house. Crawling all over it. There's some website, I don't know, Wrench Wench or something.
Let's see if the budget is one of the top 5. Sean Steen, what else have people been talking about?
Rivers of cash, political sleaze, flogging peerages for cash.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened in your mum's day, would it?
No.
Well, there was a bit of sleaze in Tory days, though, wasn't there?
Well, everyone's sleazy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
politics, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, grok.
And they're calling the loans in, aren't they? A lot of people, they've realised that it's kind of sullied their title that it's been bought for, so they're calling the loans in, and Labour will have a funding problem in the next few months.
The Labour Party, they could do one of those Oxfam adverts, couldn't they? Just £2 a month, and then I'd like John Prescott open an empty fridge and go... That'd be good, wouldn't it?
But didn't Gordon Brown say, he's the Chancellor of the Exchequer, he knew nothing about it. I know nothing about these loans. Pop round to Tony's for a cup of tea. He's like, is that a new conservatory? Where's the money come from for that? Oh, scratch card. Got lucky, you know. I've just come round to discuss the next party conference. What do you think? Brighton, Bournemouth, Mauritius.
Well, shall we have a look and see if the Labour loans is in the top 5? Yes, it is. Yes, the Labour loan scandal rumbles on. The problem with the scandal is that it's so boring. Say what you want about the Tories, but their sleaze was brilliant. They got their secretaries pregnant, they had sex with trollops in football kits, they asphyxie-wanked themselves to death with oranges in their mouths. Your mum's got a lot to be proud of. Dave, Ulrika, Alan, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
What do we think?
Is it that the hostages being released? Yeah, the hostages were
Well,
released.
Norman Kember's free, God bless him.
I know. I mean, he's 84. I mean, he's a pensioner. I mean, you know what I mean? If he wanted to be beaten and chained to a radiator, he would have got a home help. As he was pulled out of the cell, he went, that's the last time I go on a saga holiday.
What was he doing there in the first place? He said he wanted to make a difference. Norman Kember wanted to go out and make a difference. It's like all the Iraqis going, he's coming, Norman Kember's coming. He's got a guitar and some sandals. Come by, no, you come by here, mate. Get in there.
Well, shall we have a look and see if Norman Kember is up there? Yes, he is. Yes, the #1 talking point this week was the release of hostage Norman Kember. Church leaders described the release of Norman Kember as a miracle. Other miracles in Baghdad this week included car bombs that killed 60 people every day. Nice one, God. OK, there's one more thing in the news.
It's Mother's Day on Sunday. People have been talking about that. I bought a card today. It's the biggest rip-off in the world. It's cards. They've invented occasions. I mean, Mother's Day is pretty legitimate, but I mean, happy bonfire night. You think happy bonfire night, congratulations on your first shag. How irritating you've got thrush. Things like and
Congratulations on your hung jury. That's always a nice one.
Well, I got to the till and I went, I'll have that card, please. Nice card, it's got roses on it. She went, that'll be £3.99. Isn't it fucking won't? For a bit of card, it's for a bit of £3.99. I went to Boots next door and I got a gift voucher, £1, and you get a card with it. So. And you don't have to send a gift voucher, you just send a card. Go back in next week with another £1 and have a gift voucher, please. There you go.
What are you getting your mum for Mother's Day? Sorry, that was in English, wasn't it? Yeah.
might want to keep it a secret, but she doesn't want her mum to know. That's
You don't
why
want to
she's...
spoil it.
I don't
It's
know
not a
whether
surprise.
Maggie watches this. I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Well, I can tell you Mother's Day is not on the list. It's one of the smaller stories this week. Of course, everyone loves their mum, even if they've done really bad things, like systematically dismantle the unions or destroy the welfare state or go to war to win an election. Fingers on buzzers. Any other idea what's in the top 5?
Is it the story about the teacher who's suing for sexual discrimination because she was given a humorous chair? She had a flatulent chair, a chair that made fart noises when she sat in it. She said she was deliberately given this chair to undermine her position.
Apparently, this happened for 4 years. So you'd think, you know, after 6 months, she might get another chair.
But sorry, for 4 years?
4 years, apparently, this happened.
She said she had to constantly go explain it. She goes, so it's not me, it's the chair. Occasionally she'd go, that was me.
The trouble is she wasn't taken seriously. I mean, she went to the governors and said, look, my chair farts. And they went, who smelled it out?
I've got the picture. Do you want to see it?
Have you got it?
Yeah, have a look.
The face,
She
the
looks
expression
worried.
there.
She looks like she's holding a fart in.
Well, let's have a look and see if the farting chair is up there. Amazingly, it's one of the most talked about things this week. This is the story about a teacher who sued her school because they gave her a farting chair. She had made a really convincing case for herself at the tribunal until she let one rip and blew the judge's wig off. At the end of that round, Sean's team have 3 points and Dave's team have 2 points. The next round is called the poll with a hole. We've looked through hundreds of surveys, past and present, from around the world and unearthed some fascinating facts. Unfortunately, each statistic is missing one salient piece of information, so it's up to our panellists to fill in the gaps. 67% of Brits think that what is the ultimate status symbol?
Having your own table in Greg's the Baker's. Same table, sir. Thank you.
Is it like when they lift their white trilbies? Why do they wear white trilbies, bakers? I never understood that.
They're really
Like
into
there's
Michael
something
Jackson.
jazz about them.
Using a baguette as a stick.
It's kind of something that the super rich have.
A jet.
Even more impressive than a jet.
A country.
A country is pretty close.
Private island, little
Correct.
island. Come on.
That's the right answer.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, 67% of Brits think that owning a private island is the ultimate status symbol. Of course, they say no man is an island, although when Eamon Holmes is swimming, you'd be forgiven for making the mistake. OK, Sean, Jessica and Carol, 1 in 5 pet owners love what?
Testing out shampoo at home on them.
Love.
I'm not using that one. Have you got any pets, Carol?
No.
No? Right. Thanks. I love chatting with you. It's great fun.
It's to do with the rest of their family.
Love
Their
them
family.
more than their children.
That is the right answer.
Oh, my God.
Here's your next one. 26% of women are impressed by men who can what?
Is it impressed by men who can watch loose women without throwing acid in their own face?
Is it by men who can find the G-spots? Apparently it's between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. I'm not staying up special, you know what I mean? It's like...
Jessica?
I am impressed by men who can dance. Actually, that does impress me. Slightly suspicious, but...
I've got a table at Greg's.
It's quite a simple thing. The clue is it's remembering something.
Why is it that men are bad at remembering things?
Because it's not important.
OK.
Remember the birthday, is it? Or remembering the anniversary?
That is the right answer, Dave. So at the end of that round, it's 5 points for Sean, Jessica and Carol, and 4 points for Dave, Ulrika and Alan. Now it's time for What's the Poll? I'm going to show you 5 people who are all popular answers on the same poll. All our panellists have to do is tell me what's the poll. Here is your first person.
This is Mr. Bono, who is a singer. He has a gift for you.
This is the great poet of Ireland. It is 20 years since you went to Ireland. A very special trip. I was a boy. And you are a great showman as well as a great holy man. And that is for you. And also my glasses I give to you.
That was Bono there meeting the Pope.
He's giving him the present. The Pope's going, just give it to me. he's going, just give me the bleeding present. I just want my present. Then he gives him his glasses like he's an orangutan or something. Put them on.
What poll might he have appeared on?
Is it people who you'd never hear say enough about me?
Do you like U2, Carol?
I don't listen to a lot of music. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. God, you'd be a tough date.
People who like going car booting.
I'll just check, hang on. No. OK, let's have a look at the next person on the poll.
I'll flaming well kill ya! You did it for me! You take back what you said, you bitch! You cow!
That was, of course, Peggy Mitchell there.
That was like watching the Chuckle Brothers with wigs on.
She did do a funny little run-up there. So, Bono and Peggy Mitchell, what poll might they both have featured on?
Is it people that once you pinch their bum, they start to giggle?
A poll of somebody whose wig stays still while her face moves? I don't know.
Are they people who've lost items of clothing in Pauline's laundrette?
Let's have a look at the next person on our list.
Edwina Cohen, are you always two-faced?
I beg your pardon.
Are you always this two-faced? This morning you told me blatantly that you were happy with your special, and now 7 hours later, you're not happy with it. That's what I'm saying. Are you always this two-faced? 1 minute you're shagging our Prime Minister, and now you're trying to shag me from behind.
Gordon Ramsay there arguing with Edwina Curry. Gordon Ramsay once famously called Gary Rhodes a c***. Oh, no, wait, that was me. What poll do you think Bono, Peggy Mitchell and Gordon Ramsay might have appeared on?
Is it food-related? It's like he makes pizza, doesn't he, Gordon Ramsay? And then The Edge is the name of a pizza, isn't it? Peggy Mitchell's friend's Pat Butcher, whose nickname's Stuffed Crust. And,
Sean, what do you make of Gordon Ramsay?
I watched a bit of the Nightmares thing there.
Did you see that woman in Derby who bought that restaurant, the Gondola?
My God!
It's
500 things on the menu.
I know.
That's why I don't watch it.
Really, like
Did you
prawn
see her
cocktail.
nails?
Oh my God!
This is good because I didn't get to go to the laundrette this week, so I'm catching up on all the news. OK, let's have a look at the next person.
Never, ever, ever underestimate me, because you will be making a fatal error. I don't like liars. I don't like cheats. I don't like bullshitters. I don't like schmoozers. I don't like arse lickers. All right, on your bike.
So, Gordon Ramsay, Peggy Mitchell, Bono, Alan Sugar, what's the poll?
Judging by some of the clips we've seen, they obviously have, or at least 3 of them, have got bossy, violent, homicidal tendencies.
You're along the right lines.
Yeah.
Come on,
I tell you
Carol,
what,
what's the
Carol, you'd make a
answer?
great detective sidekick. I felt like Morse. I felt like Morse, and you were my Lewis there, very much. I can see a pattern emerging here.
It's better be a really good connection.
And
Well, it is a good connection. It's to do with people wanting to have a relationship with them. Yeah.
Some people want to work for them.
That's exactly the right answer.
Yes!
The answer is they all appear on a poll of dream celebrity bosses. I've got a terrible boss. I'm self-employed, and I'm currently on sexual harassment charges. So at the end of that round, it's 5 points for Sean's team and 6 points for Dave's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls, and it's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Most annoying thing about weddings.
Me, because I always drink too much and I try to get everybody dancing, and then I kind of make the excuses because I've got kids and I'm out, you know, and it's a lie. It's just I'm just the same as I always have been, which is rowdy and alcoholic.
Is it the marriage bit?
Yeah, it's legally binding and everything. Yeah.
Really annoying.
Speeches, I mean, people do bang on, don't they?
Yeah, sorry about that. It's kind of my job, though, in fairness. I can't.
Is it like the realisation that you've wasted a whole Saturday afternoon watching this shit?
Jessica,
Yes?
you're in a film about weddings, aren't you?
I am. I'm in a film with you, Jimmy Carr. Yeah.
Imagine that mishap in casting. It's all
Confetti.
right.
It's about weddings, yeah.
It was all improvised. If you asked them where we were filming the next day, they'd go, "We don't know. We'll see what happens."
She's trying to get rid of you, Jimmy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we don't know where we're going to be.
OK, most annoying thing about weddings?
Is it wedding lists?
That's the right answer. Top hobby for women?
Shopping, retail therapy, bashing the credit card, buying a load of shit in sales that you're never going to wear because it was a bargain.
That sounded almost like a rap.
Poetry. Is it nagging?
Yeah,
about
sisters. Is it nagging? Is it sisters?
But
What do you do? You're women here. There's lots of women here. I mean, what the hell do you do with your spare time? That might help us if you put your brains together, girl. Don't you like, you know,
Carol, what do
making
you do?
little things?
Yeah, I love making things,
making
Sean,
little
but I haven't got
things.
the time, have I? What? Too busy doing the washing.
Do none of you like, do you know, like falconry or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd love to do a bit of
Falconry?
falconry, Sean.
Yeah, you get a big
There
glove.
ain't enough hours in the day.
I
I'll
can
go
see
home
you.
now, tonight, and do some falconry.
Oh, I'd love to do it, but we'd all love to do a bit of falconry, Sean.
Yes.
Think about you,
Well,
Sean, as you
ladies-
really understand women. It's an obvious hobby.
Shooting. They like going shooting.
You might get a bit dirty doing it.
Gardening.
Gardening.
Correct.
Oh, just got there.
We've got that.
Worst royal to go on holiday with?
Queen Mother.
I'm going to have to break the news to you, Sean.
No. You try and check a coffin in at Heathrow. It takes... And you say, no, it's to come back as well. We're just going away for a little trip.
Is it Prince Philip?
You're absolutely right.
Am I?
Yes, according to the survey, the worst royal to go on holiday with is the Duke of Edinburgh. Tell that to Dodie Fayed. What, no one can tell me that weekend went well? Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Jessica and Carol have 6 points, Dave, Ulrika and Alan have 9 points. They're this week's winners. Thanks to all of our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats. Back in the West End in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, it's Christian Slater, Sassy Lassie Lauren Laverne, and their captain, Sean Lack. And facing them tonight, Viva Las Johnny Vegas, Funny Man Rob Rouse, and their captain, Dave Spikey. Now, here's your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, there will be an estimated 1.6 billion people in India by the year 2050? Good news if you're trying to get hold of directory inquiries. Half of Britain's school children don't know where ham comes from. Birmingham? And 40% of women never play any sport, despite the fact they're told in numerous adverts they can swim, cycle and roller skate with a Dalmatian once a month. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Dave, Johnny, Rob, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Snow. The worst blizzards in Scotland for 10 years or something. 5,000 houses without power, wasn't it? Glasgow airport shut. That called a bloke in Glasgow with a coat on. That cold. There is a serious message, because it is cold. If you know an old person who lives near you, on their own, nip round, pop in, you know, use their eating. They get an allowance off the government.
Do people really talk about the snow, though?
Oh, yeah.
Ring up north. They're all talking about it up there.
Christian, have you got any idea what's going on?
I can't understand a word they're saying. Straight though.
Even me?
I just need your PIN number.
All right.
For a good cause.
Okay.
We love the snow in the north, though, don't we? Actually love the snow. As soon as it comes down, we're out there, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Come again?
We love the snow. We love the snow.
The Pope's coming.
No, we're not moving on to that until we've covered snow.
It's white. It's basically a hard version of rain. I when he passed me test 5 months ago, I didn't know you had to take it off the windscreen. To me, it was a magical adventure into Narnia.
Let's have a look and see if snow is one of the top 5 talking points this week. Yes, it is.
Hey. So excited.
Yes, everyone's been talking about the cold weather bringing parts of the country to a standstill this week. During the cold snap, gas prices have more than doubled. On the upside, it looks like the pension crisis might be over. Sean, Christian, Slater and Lauren Laverne, what have the nation been talking about?
Let's see, the Garrick Theatre, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know.
I think they've been talking about the scandal of the Labour Party selling peerages for cash. Selling peerages, which is, I think it's very strange, is that selling membership to a club which they've said they're going to disband quite soon. It seems a bit stupid. Do you want to join our club? Yeah, we are getting rid of it quite soon.
You could be Sir Christian Slater for 10 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
That's all it
about
costs.
$1 million. It's about $1 million.
It's about $1 million. Oh, forget it.
Well, I thought about doing that because you could take out, you could borrow £1 million, lend it to the Labour Party at the same interest rate that you're paying, right? And then you're a lord, and when the bank phone up for the money, you go, do you have any idea who you're speaking to?
£500,000 Michael Flatley paid just to be Lord of the Dance. If he'd have paid a bit more, he could have used his arms. He didn't pay enough, that's it.
Well, let's have a look and see whether Labour selling peerages is one of the top 5 stories this week. Yes, it is. Yes, Labour have been accused of selling peerages by exploiting a loophole where they accept loans instead of donations. They've been defended by a number of leading peers, Baroness Claims Direct, Sir Ocean Finance and the Earl of Cornhill. But most embarrassingly by Lord Archer. Christian Slater, how are you?
I'm damn good, mate. Very good,
What's he on about?
I
Can't understand every word he's saying.
Dave, Rob, Johnny, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it anything to do with this Sir Ian Blair fella? Is he the chief of the Metropolitan Police who's apparently he got caught illegally taping a conversation he was having about the illegality of taping phone conversations because he likes to tape stuff. Because usually if you ring him up, he kind of says, "Hi, it's Ian Blair. I should warn you that this conversation is being taped for quality control and training purposes." Shoot.
You've got to get permission.
If you're filming them, you definitely need permission, yeah. Especially if it's with a thermal imaging camera. I know exactly your body temperature now.
Even at Blackpool, when you got off with the right quirky lass, ruins the mood.
When you finish with a quirky
See that teddy bear with the massive eye?
Christian, do you think people should be allowed to tape phone calls?
To tape phone calls?
Yeah.
Is that what you guys were talking about?
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, there's certain conversations I wish I had taped in my life.
Which conversations do you wish you taped?
Well, they're, you know, little private, quiet conversations that I wish... they're distant memories now, and I really enjoyed them when I was having them, so... maybe she taped them, I don't know.
I wish I'd taped. The other day I ordered a pizza, I wish I'd taped the conversation. Because I said no olives. It turns out it's got olives in it. I said no olives. He said, no, you didn't say that, mate. If I taped it,
I
got
know
it
what
and rubbed it
I
in.
said. Yeah. I think everything should be taped, though. I'm taping now. That's good.
Get that in a teddy bear's head and come to Blackpool.
I was wondering whether, if you're on the phone to someone and you're not taping it, but you're doing a doodle of them, do you have to tell them? It's been a bad week for the Blairs, hasn't it? Because Tony Blair got defeated in the Commons, Ian Blair, and apparently Lionel got his tie in his soup. So... Christian, do you know who Lionel Blair is?
I love him like a brother.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who Tony Blair is. Leave Lionel out.
I just got here. I mean, I've been rehearsing this play for the last 2 weeks, so I've just been working on my lines pretty much. I've missed a lot of news. But...
And you're playing a mental person in this play, are you?
Yeah, mental. Hey, yeah.
Maybe you could learn something.
I'm watching, buddy. I'm watching. Yeah.
I like a shorter version of the Indian.
You are, yeah. Say this. Say, McMurphy, make me big again.
This is your chance.
There it is. That's great.
McMurphy. Make me big again.
It's nearly you wrote half a foot already. We can just do the whole play right here.
I can be the nurse and all. Go and just strangle me. I'm really good at running out of breath.
In your boots.
No!
You bitch!
Billy's asking something.
Look at that, he's brilliant.
I can tell you two are going to be friends. We were, before the interlude, we were talking about the police chief Ian Blair taping phone conversations. Let's have a look and see if it's in the top 5. Yes, it is, the top story. 53% of people were talking about Chief Police Commissioner Sir Ian Blair secretly taping phone conversations. Ian Blair now answers his phone by saying, you have the right to remain silent, but could you just give me something for level? Sean's team, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
The ex-president of Yugoslavia, Slobodan Milosevic.
Slobodan Milosevic has died.
He died alone and friendless in an empty cell, aged 64. I love a happy ending, don't you?
They said, he managed to escape justice, very craftily, by dying. You crafty devil. I know how to get off this one.
You think Saddam Hussein's thinking, hey up, that's an idea.
It's a shame that Slobodan Milosevic died, because we could have got them together and, sent them on tour, the Caged Dictators tour.
Would have been a bit like King Kong in New York. Yeah. Just a big theatre, they open up, but don't be scared.
They're burying him in Belgrade now, aren't they? But they were trying to work out whether they were going to bury him on Heroes Parade or something.
Yeah, the Avenue of Heroes.
That's right, which is...
They had a big debate as to whether to bury him on the Avenue of Heroes.
Yeah,
I imagine that should have been the shortest debate in the world ever. Shall we bury him on the Avenue of Heroes? No. The weird thing is, they are.
Dave, I'm on me depth. I know what it's like being you now.
Fish out of water.
Slobodan Milosevic, Vegas.
Slobodan Milosevic.
Oh, Slobodan.
Again, go on.
Say it again.
Slobodan Milosevic.
Slobodan Milosevic. I'm not taking piss, I'm trying.
OK, all right. Look into my eyes, just concentrate. Slobodan Milosevic.
Break it down for me.
Slobodan Milosevic.
Slobodan Milosevic.
Near enough. Slobodan Milosevic, let's have a look and see whether he's one of the big stories this week.
Hey!
Yes, the fourth most talked about thing this week was the death of Slobodan Milosevic. OK, there's one more thing to get in the top 5. Fingers on buzzers. Buzz in if you think you know what the nation will be talking about.
Is it everyone's talking about Basic Instinct 2 with Sharon Stone, which is apparently going to be even sexier than the first one when she showed off in Nancy. And it's now going to be like looking at an old badger running into the woods.
Phil Oddie's going to go wild for this movie. Is that a badger running into the woods? Were you at the premiere last night, Christian?
Yes, I was.
Go on, how was it?
Honestly, she looks great.
She does look brilliant for her age.
Somehow, she was pretty hot.
Is this the one Stan Collymore in?
Yes, Stan Collymore is in the opening sequence.
He's good.
Is Bruce Grobbelaar in it?
Sadly, no. OK, well, I can tell you Basic Instinct 2 was not one of the major talking points this week. Fingers on buzzers, what else have people been talking about?
It wasn't, huh?
The pill. They've come up with a pill to cure heart disease.
Yeah, it cleans your arteries out. How can't they get the fat off your arse with a pill if they can get it out of the ventricles of your heart?
It's basically Sillet Bang in a tablet.
Yeah. Barry, what's his chops? He's got an out on his arse.
I think the consequences are, basically it's a slob's charter, isn't it? It means you can drink, eat, shovel pies down your face, sit on the sofa, watch Flog It for years, and then just go, oh. I'm fine.
Let's have a look and see if the pill to cure heart disease is up there. At the end of that round, Sean's team have 3 points, Dave's team have 2 points. The next round is called the Poll with a Hole. We've looked through hundreds of surveys from past and present from around the world and unearthed some fascinating facts. Unfortunately, each statistic is missing one salient piece of information. So it's up to our panellists to fill in the gaps. Here's your first one. Johnny?
Oh, sir.
Is it...
Have you...
Get the answer straight
I
away.
didn't see a thing.
He can't read.
I can't. I'm an actor. I can't read. I don't know what it said.
OK. 76% of mechanics don't what?
Is it, don't agree with the consensus view that Ulysses is James Joyce's finest work because I actually quite prefer Finnegan's Wake?
Service cars properly.
That is the correct answer.
Where the hell did I get that? I'm possessed. Oh, no.
You're not having a point. Damn it. You are not having the points. I'm hurt. I've turned off the buzzer.
Okay.
75% of actors have what?
Is it a cape and a trilby?
Christian, I had one line in the film, I'm sure it will be cut, and it was location thing, and you get put in these little caravans.
Yep.
With chemical toilets, with the blue water.
Trailers, yeah.
Do you get them as well?
No, it's not glamorous, I know. No, I got one of those. Yeah, you got to pump it and do the whole thing. Yeah.
So even Angelina Jolie, when she's off to work in the morning,
Imagine that.
Rob, surely you don't think that if someone's that important, they get a caravan and then dig drains for them, do they?
Well, you never know. You never know.
So I don't know. 75% of actors have a harem.
Have a harem, yeah.
I think you said a heron, like a big flying crane, like a heron. Like this is an ostentatious thing. Instead of a feather boa, I have a heron. You could probably phone up and go, get me a fucking heron.
Yeah. What was the percentage again?
75% of actors.
Oh, it's gone. Had it been 72%, I'd the funniest answer in the world.
75% of actors have started their careers in a school nativity play. I only say that because I went to see my son. He was in his first nativity play.
Oh.
Where was he?
He was supposed to be Joseph, but he pissed about in rehearsals, and they made him the innkeeper, so he screwed up the whole nativity. I was so proud. But he was the innkeeper, and they came to the door, and he's the new Joseph said, I've come from afar, my wife and I, she is with child. Is there any room at the inn? And he went, yeah, plenty of room, come in.
75% of actors have what?
The fake name or something like that?
Correct.
Hey!
Yeah!
We'll get some points.
75% of actors have changed their name. A lot of entertainers changed their name. Norma Jean became Marilyn Monroe. Reg Dwight became Elton John. And Paul Gadd became prisoner H39702. Have you changed your name, Christian?
No. There's actually, because my father actually has changed his name several times in his life.
Has he considered Vegas?
Vegas is great. That's the best name, I know.
The thing is, it can lead to weight gain.
So at the end of that round, Sean, Christian and Lauren have 7 points. Dave, Johnny and Rob have 2 points. 2-7. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I'll give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Sean, Christian and Lauren, you're up first. Have a look at this clip to illustrate your statistic.
Jesus loves the little children, all the little children of the world. Red or yellow, black or white, they are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. Come everything is beautiful in every way, like a starry summer night or snow-covered winter's day.
That was Neil Martin on Seaside Special in 1979 singing about Jesus. Here is your related statistic.
Right, okay.
62% of people who claim to hear the voice of God say that he has a posh accent. Is that true or false?
Well, firstly, I'm worried that you're polling people who hear the voice of God. Well, it's funny when people hear voices. They always hear voices to make them do bad things. Never hear voices say, go home, do the washing up, go to bed early. Have a nice mug of cocoa. Really, I should be out killing people.
I had a voice in my head and it got bored with me.
Do you remember that, the Greatest Britain poll that was a couple of years ago? I read that they did an American one. Do you know who got voted for the greatest American ever by Americans? Jesus.
Wow.
Seriously, it was Jesus.
Christian, you proud American?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like...
Oh, God.
OK, true or false?
I'd say yes, they do.
Well, I can tell you you're absolutely right. It is true.
What a feeling.
62% of people who claim to have heard the voice of God say he has a posh accent. Fair enough, I can't imagine God being a Cockney. You nail my boy to what, you toilet? OK, Dave, Johnny and Rob, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
Bike's a bike. How do you describe a bike?
If you have a bicycle but can't really describe it.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't lock my bike. I didn't think it necessary. I just left it in my back way and...
And you leave your bike without a lock.
No one lock-pinched it round here. Well, somebody pinched it, didn't they?
And leave valuables in your saddlebag.
I'd rather not see what's in the saddlebag. It's personal.
You may well lose your bike for good.
That was a public information film there about bike theft. Here's your related statistic. 16% of Brits would steal a child's bike if it were their only means of getting home after a drunken night out. Is that true or false?
I'd steal a pram.
You'd have to be pissed to even try and ride a kid's bike, though, wouldn't you, really? You wouldn't do that no, with them little streamers coming out of handlebars like that. You never take me alive, copper!
Johnny, if you sat on a kid's bike, you wouldn't be able to see the front wheel.
That's the beauty of it. God, and the posh voice is going, use your left hand and your right hand and allow gravity to send you home, fat fellow. There's a skip with a handy ramp. You can jump that police car.
This is like watching a breakdown.
What do you mean, like?
Dave, what do you think, true or false?
True. Oh, no, if they've got a little basket on the front for a kebab.
There's no like it in 70 with a snack. The meat starts to bounce up and you can catch it like a seal.
Well, I can tell you you're absolutely right.
Hey! We got a point!
Yes.
We got a point!
16% of Brits would steal a child's bike if it were their only means of getting home after a drunken night out. How are the drunk kids going to get home? Steal a car, I suppose. So at the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean's team have 8 points and Dave's team have 3 points.
Coming back with us.
And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls. It's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Kids' most popular excuse for not doing their homework.
Is it that they were doing their kids' homework? So they couldn't do it themselves?
What do you mean, those teenage mums?
Yeah. It's one of the complex issues raised by children having children in this country today.
I was driving through an estate called Breakmate in Bolton, which is rough, and somebody hung a bed sheet out the window that said, "Happy 30th, Grandma."
Christian, when you were at school, weren't
Yes.
you in The Name of the Rose and Prince of Thieves? How old were you when you were in those?
15, 16, yeah.
So presumably you didn't have to do any... You went, oh, I'm going to the Oscars.
I still had to do schoolwork. I mean, I still had to go, go to school and do all that. I had a tutor, lovely lady. She helped me out a lot.
Did you sleep with your tutor? There was a little glint in your eye that suggests that your tutor was teaching you a lot of things.
Thanks for picking
A lot of things you need to know.
Thanks for picking that up. She was lovely, yes, and I learned a lot.
Is it that they actually did their homework, but it was in the backpack and they left it unattended at the bus station and the police blew it up?
It's not that imaginative.
Is it, they've forgot it, lost it?
That's exactly it. I forgot it is the number one answer. There are various punishments for a child that doesn't do their homework, lines, detention, and a lifelong career at Dixon's. Top problem for chronic coughers.
They cough a lot.
Is it not being allowed to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Or even sit in the audience?
Is it sneaking up on people?
Is it... You wouldn't get much work in porn, would you, Gay?
Oh, God!
Pulling a muscle or something? I mean, you might pull a muscle.
It's not pulling a muscle. It's to do with... it's an aspect of everyday life.
Is it having sex?
Correct. That's the right answer. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Christian and Lauren have 11 points.
Hey.
Dave, Johnny and Rob have 4 points. Means Sean's team are the winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.